What's up, everybody? Welcome to Philly with Jon Marks on PHLY. We're live on a Tuesday morning. Yes, a relief and then some joy. 76ers picking third overall. We will discuss a lot more as well. Philly with Jon Marks is always sponsored by PARX. Get on over to the PARX app, and we'll have our PARX parlay of the day later on in the program. Shout out to everybody watching live this morning, our 8 a.m.ers. We get up, you get on, you comment on the show. We appreciate you. Good morning to everybody out there watching live. And you don't have to watch live. That's the great thing about YouTube. You can watch whenever, wherever. Just subscribe, like, comment. If you can't get involved in the live chat during the show, comment on the episode and tell us what you are thinking. As we welcome our co-hosts for the day, he joins us courtesy of blackgritty.com. His name is Black Gritty. Black Gritty, good morning.
Good morning. Let me clean my camera off here. Let me dust off the cobwebs here. I didn't have anything to shake because we did it. We won. This is the friendliest thing I have to shake out here. We did it, Johnny Marks. Us, the government, the NBA, Sterling, the ratings. We did it. We made it. And we stayed alive. We kept our pick. Oh, it's a joyous day.
Yeah, man. A lot to talk about with it. So a lot of people consider this a 2-player draft. I've heard some people say a 3-player draft, but really it's a 2-player draft, which is good and bad. You have the third pick. It means you miss out on the top 2 players, but it does give you the opportunity at the next best, right? So you know who's going 1, you know who's going 2. So who is going to go 3? Cooper Flag goes to the Mavs. More on that in a second. Dylan Harper most likely going to the Spurs, which means the 76ers will have their pick of the litter, which could be a good or a bad thing, depending. But, real fast here on the Mavs, a 1.8% chance after the absolute train wreck they've been with trading Luka and getting very little in return. Now they luck out with one of the better prospects to come out of the draft in a long time in Cooper Flag. And you know what people say right away, Black Gritty? Oh, it's rigged. It's rigged. Why they would want to rig it for the Mavericks, I don't know. But it's rigged. It's rigged. The Mavericks got it.
So it's 100% rigged. Why would they want to rig it? Again, the owner of the Mavericks is not Cuban anymore. It's a woman who owns casinos and wants a hotel. She wanted out of Dallas, and Dallas said no. No, she wanted a hotel in Dallas, and Dallas said no. And then she went and traded Luka, and guess what? The city of Dallas bent their knee because she's like, I'll take this team somewhere else. You think I won't? Watch this. Got rid of Luka, fixes the league, right? Fixes ratings, and tells the team, like, look, now the team's not worth anything. I'll go somewhere else. Goes back to Daddy Stern and say, hey, now give me that ping pong ball. And the fact that they go from Luka the Don, the Great White Hope, to Cooper Flag, like the odd man, come on, man. The universe don't line up.
Dirk,
like
no, from Dirk to Luka.
See, you just made it worse. Early in the morning, I'm not even thinking. There's no way. Okay, now I know. No, it's rigged. You went from Dirk to Luka to Flag and Dallas. Come on, baby.
Can't they mix a brother in there to headline?
I'll be honest with you. That's why I didn't want the first pick. We already got enough exciting whites here. It would have been crazy to capture the Flag. You know what I'm saying? So,
Black Gritty, listen, go grab some tinfoil and make a hat out of it, because conspiracy theory. So here's why people are saying they would do it, because they gave the Lakers Luka. They need another superstar. LeBron's about gone, and now they get rewarded with Cooper Flag or whatever. Like, listen, the NBA draft lottery is not rigged. I know people like to have fun with it and everything else, but here's the problem. They've tried to make it where you're not rewarding teams that tank, which is like, all right, whatever. But the Mavericks should not have the first overall pick with a 1.8% chance. Like, every other freaking league manages without having a draft lottery, right? Like, it doesn't stop teams from tanking. If ultimately your goal is to stop teams from tanking, fine. Did it stop the 76ers from tanking? Did it stop any other team from tanking? No, because it gives you losing more games gives you a better chance at getting the first overall pick. You're not guaranteed the first overall pick like in the NFL or some of the other like Major League Baseball or whatever, but still, it's just stupid. The Mavericks should never have an opportunity to have the first overall pick, period. And that's the problem with what they've created with the draft lottery.
but that's why it's 100% rigged. There's no reason for Dallas, the 76ers, and the Spurs to have the top 3 picks. They're all injuries that got them into the lottery. The Wizards, the Pelicans, guess what? They don't have markets. They don't have markets to get these young players eyeballs on them. The ratings are bad. All 3 of these guys get to go to major sports markets and uplift the league. And that's what literally happened. It's a Johnny Marks. Get the tinfoil. Hop in the pond with your boy. Hop in the pond. There's no reason on earth. The Pelicans are like, they're just bad overall. Like, but they don't get even a chance to. You're right. But that's why you had these ping pong balls. So you can say, hey, luck of the draw. You had a 1% chance. I can't believe it happened. Man, come on.
Well, listen, it worked out for the 76ers. They didn't get the first pick. They got the 3rd pick. Now, Brandon, do we have... Now, see, I was not watching live. I was on my phone constantly. I was on Twitter. I was just Googling Sixers. I softball game last night. So
Jeremy Kane saved lives. Jeremy Kane saved lives.
I'm at the field, and Kevin Naganda, USOB, scaring 76ers. Here's how it sounded last night on ESPN. I don't know if you were like, oh, my God. Because Kevin Naganda said they're outside of the top 6. They're not going to get their pick. It's like, Jesus.
I forget where I was watching that. Go ahead.
All right, so here it is.
The Toronto Raptors.
That means the Spurs are in the top 4 with 2 teams jumping into the top 4. That means the Sixers will lose their pick to the Thunder because it's outside the top 6.
Oh, my God.
The 8th pick in the NBA draft belongs to the Brooklyn Nets.
Yep. Pause it. So pause it real fast. When did it seem like it didn't make sense? When did it seem like it didn't make sense? When the 7th pick was announced and it wasn't the Sixers?
Yes.
Because it started to get a little fishy. Like, because I already know the position, but I'm watching it and I'm like, hold on, it doesn't make sense. Go ahead, Brandon. You can play it. You can keep playing it.
New Orleans Pelicans.
Right. So then you're like, hold on.
Picking 6th. The Washington Wizards.
Correction now. That means Philadelphia is in the top 4. So they make the jump, and suddenly Jared McCain is riding the roller coaster we all are inside this room. The Sixers are in the top 4.
Oh, shut up, Nagandi.
So that was so bad. And that's where one of the things of me not listening works out for me. I'm literally watching. I'm looking for the card. Like, I didn't even hear him say it until after I saw everybody freaking out. Like, Twitter started going off, and I'm like, wait, what? And I rewound it for like 2 seconds. I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, that's wrong. Because I'm just looking for the card, baby. That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking to see the sign.
Yep. Spurs with a 6% chance. They get the 2nd pick. The Dallas Mavericks with a 1.8% chance. They get the 1st pick. 76ers with 3. And you look at Daryl Morey. There was a picture still taken of Daryl Morey where, like, it's just relief. There he is. Elton Brand and Nick Nurse smiling. Nick Nurse looks like he I don't know what he looks like. Got the chain and the black gear going on there.
That's the Nick Nurse I like. And oh, look, Elton Brand, he's still here. Look at that.
Yeah, he took his name out of the running for the GM job down in Atlanta. Yeah. So yeah, Daryl Morey relieved, because if you get this, like, you know what he's thinking. He's thinking, holy bleep, if we get the 7th or 8th pick, like, my life's over. Because now I have nothing to sell. I don't have. I'm Paul. Oh, hey, Paul George, Joel Embiid, Maxey, we're going to be fine. At least now you have a young player that you can say, hey, this is a kid that can grow. Now, here's the problem with it. The consensus, at least at this point, 3rd best player in the draft is Ace Bailey. And Black Gritty, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch a ton of college basketball. I knew Rutgers because, you know, Rutgers, the powerhouse of college basketball year after year. They have 2 of the top 3 players in the draft.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Ace Bailey until I started reading up on him last night and this morning. And it seems like he is, of all the players that could be taken at 3, he is the rawest talent. He's only 18. He doesn't turn 19 till August. And while he might have the most potential and the highest ceiling, he also has a very raw game. And you're almost drafting on the potential rather what he's giving you right away. When I read something, and I was reading on allphly.com, Kyle did a really, really good write-up on the players that are going to be available at 3. And you read around, the consensus is, like unbelievable upside, could be the best player in this draft, but also, like he's not ready to contribute right now. So like you go immediately from being like, thank God in a 2-player draft, you got the best of the next, but now you got to decide who you're going to take.
Well, he's going to get picked, and he might even get picked by the Spurs, to be honest with you. Greg Popovich did step down as the coach, but he is now the president, general manager, whatever he is now, like the oligarch over there. And he loves developmental guys. He loves teaching guys. He loves bringing guys up, and he loves stashing guys. He's got Wemby to have another guy who is not 6'10 or 6'11, whatever he's listed at. But have another guy like that, we might get the point guard. We might get Harper. Is it Harper?
Dylan Harper, yeah.
Harper. So I mean, that's the good and bad thing. I'm happy that we're 3rd, because this way it's not our fault, right? Like if they take Bailey and you don't take Bailey and we take Harper and vice versa, it's like, hey, we took the 3rd best. We took what we could. You know what I mean? We took what was available to us. You can't fault us for having this pick. So that's the one thing for the Sixers they got going for them. No matter what happens, they can't get blamed for it. And I will give Daryl Morey one thing for credit. Maxey turned out really well. McCain turned out really well. When people didn't think that McCain was the right choice at all, he
sure was.
Than his he seems to be better than Connect. So
yep. Yeah, I agree with you. I was thinking the same thing last night, which was I don't appreciate. It seems like when Daryl Morey speaks, I like him less.
Yes,
but he's done a good job drafting. He really has. I have confidence that through his staff, through analytics, through his eye for talent, through his AI, he asks questions to AI. He's on ChatGPT. Who should I draft? But yeah, like I do have confidence that he's going to make the right decision. So it's a good thing. Brandon just put up on the screen. He was listed, Ace Bailey listed at 6'10". And I've said for years, I'm listed at 5'10", and people are like, you're not 5'10". I'm like, right, but that's my listed height. And they never seem to understand what I'm saying. Ace Bailey listed at 6'10", at the combine, 6'7.5" barefoot. But he's got the big wingspan and he's got the big standing reach. A lot like Kevin Durant, right? Like Kevin Durant has that long, good luck trying to stop him. If he can develop a consistent jumper and a pull up and a 3, like forget about it. This maybe the Spurs do say, you know what? Like, all right, it's a 2-person draft. Yeah, we're taking Ace Bailey in the 2-person draft. We'll see. I mean, there's going to be a lot of conversation surrounding this, which is very cool.
Yes. And again, I feel like we can't go wrong at 3 with either one of those guys with those 2 options available. And I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know how great Cooper Flag is going to be. I know that like when he played with Team USA, they were like, oh, he's so good. I'm like, I saw a lot of him getting cooked too. So I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. And we're already seeing in the comments here, I don't want Ace. I want Trey Johnson. I want Khan. I want VJ Edgecombe. I mean, like everything that I've done extensive scouting between last night and this morning on all these players. And Edgecombe seems like a guy that he's all about defense and high motor and hard work and all this other stuff. But he's also a guard, and you're talking about re-signing Grimes and doing all this other stuff. Can you take a guard? I mean, I guess if it's Dylan Harper, you have to. Yeah,
if it's Dylan Harper, you have to, because then Maxey can be like the AI type thing. He doesn't have to handle the ball. You have a McKee type player, so that makes sense for the team. Like both of the options available to us make the best option. And I'll be completely honest. Anybody in the chat, anybody else in America that doesn't think that we should take one of those 2 kids, I really don't care what you have to say about basketball right now. Because like I said, you cannot not take one of these 2 kids. Because if you don't take them and something happens, it's already bad here. It's already bad here. You take a chance on somebody else and it messes up. Like we just can't do it. We just can't do it.
This portion of the program brought to you by GLAT Hair Restoration, GLATHairMM.com. Text or call them 610-980-4000, 610-980-4000. Paul George. I think this was late last night. Honestly, I'm guessing this is after the lottery balls came down, and he's talking to some dude. I don't know what this is because I don't follow Paul George enough, but he gave his comments. He actually said he would take Ace Bailey over Cooper Flag. Here's what he said. I saw this on Twitter this morning, so I don't know exactly when it's from.
If I had to pick, I would probably go Ace Bailey. I think Ace Bailey is a little bit more raw talent with, still a ton of upside. I think Cooper Flag, not to say he doesn't have upside. He has amazing upside as well. But I think Ace Bailey has a little bit more upside to him.
Is this Kevin Durant talk? You know what I mean? Like people look at him and be like this kid could be Kevin Durant, and no team wants to miss out on getting the next young guy. He could be the best player of this draft. He could also be a guy that makes bad decisions, like everything that you read, bad decision maker, forces shots. He's also 18 years old. I mean, we have to keep that in mind. The kid's not even 19 yet, Black Gray.
So when you watch him versus Cooper Flag, the easiest thing I can say for my eye test is Bailey pops. Flag looks like he's a flow motion kind of guy.
Right.
Like he's in the motion. He plays defense. He hustles hard. He's not. I'm not saying he's slow, but I'm saying the athleticism of Bailey and the way he explodes.
Sure.
It just jumps out at you, and you're like, again, 18. That's why I said I could see Greg Popovich taking him, saying he's 18. I could mold this kid. Alongside Wemby, I have my little Twin Towers back. Duncan and Robinson. I could see him trying to recreate that with two young phenom talents. So, yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm not taking nothing PG says to heart anymore right now because we got to deal with that. But the pod's back, baby. The pod's back.
Well, this is awesome. They also have a high second round draft pick that they were able to get back. So the 76ers very fortunate, and for all the if they would have fallen to out of the top 6 and they didn't get their pick, you would have had a couple people saying like, "Oh, how do you like tanking now?" It's like, "Oh, shut up. How do you like tanking now?" The 76ers executed it perfectly. They knew the season was going to be over, and Embiid was hurt. I don't know what the hell they were doing trying to play Embiid as long as they did, but that's the thing with the NBA. The NBA they want the whole reason they do this the lottery and the way they do it is because they want to they think that they're making teams. It's a deterrent to tanking. The 76ers are so blatant in the tanking at the end of the season, like so blatant, and they end up getting rewarded for it. They got the 3rd overall pick. So good job, Daryl Morey. It's the best thing you've done since you've been here. Congratulations.
Yep. And little juju never hurts. A little help from the league office there. Little nudge. I'm just telling you, Johnny Marks. I'm upset with you for not jumping on this forward with me.
I can't.
It's so incredible. LeBron James said it happened. I believe in LeBron James.
Yeah, he did. All right. So lots to talk about. Phillies lose last night. Which I was following both. I got home from softball and I saw the home run. Strom gives up the home run that breaks the tie 3-2, and that's how it ended up as a final. Chris Sanchez was good. You know what last night looked like, Black Gritty? It looked like the Phillies got off a successful road trip and came home with a little bit less energy, and they went up against a good pitcher. And they rallied a little bit there in the middle innings to get the game back to 2-2. And, I need to see more energy. Yeah. High motor starting tonight, Black Gritty.
Yeah, they'll get it together. Again, you just explained exactly what happens. The thing about baseball drives me crazy. The fact that we're winning the World Series doesn't seem to calm anybody down when we lose a game. It's just like saying it's a long season and it still being May is a real thing. Like, okay. This month things got to start like shaping out, and it has been that way. This month things started to shape out, so we're looking good. We're looking for it. Feeling great.
I have my new thing is I don't care if they stay where they are right now. 5, 6, 7, 8 games over 500, 10 games over 500. I don't need them to be hot right now. I don't need them to play their best baseball right now. Last year, and I didn't want to do the negative thing, and it's kind of how I felt, but you hate when they're the hottest team in baseball in June and in May.
Team in Philadelphia history, the best team in MLB history. Like, calm down.
They were on pace to win 120 some games like in June last year, and it's like, oh my God, no. And it ended up happening. They by the time they hit September, they just didn't have it.
They wore down, and day by day by day, every day. I know what the long season does. Every day, Kyle Schwarber earns another $500,000.
All right, so
every single day.
We'll do that next because he has an incredible streak going on right now, and I said it yesterday on the show. For any Phillies fan that's worried about Kyle Schwarber leaving, the Phillies don't allow players like Kyle Schwarber, in particular, in a window where they are right now. Kyle Schwarber ain't going anywhere. It's a matter of how much John Middleton's going to have to pay up, and if they wisely were negotiating a contract last year, because if they were trying to lowball Kyle Schwarber and he said, absolutely not, I'm going to bet on me. He bet on me, and he's leading Major League Baseball, tied for the league in home runs. All right, so that's coming up. Also, the Eagles' schedule is taking shape. Schedule day is supposed to come out tomorrow, but there's leaks and there's announcements leading up to it. So we know who they're playing in the opener. We know a couple of other games we'll discuss. Blackready has begged to do wins and losses on the 3 games that we know so far, so we'll do that coming up. And a lot more. It's a Blackready Tuesday. Philly with Jon Marks. Don't you go anywhere. We're back right after this 2 and 2, as we need to talk about Rothman. And you can take Gritty off there right now, because Blackready probably needs to go to Rothman for something, right? So if your joints are aching, maybe it's a hand, maybe it's your back, your elbow, your shoulder, especially this time of year. I know the rain's going to be here this week, which sucks, but the weekend was great. And if you were out being active, maybe you're just like, let me take a jog, or you're playing golf or whatever you're doing. And Monday morning you wake up and you're like, man, my back's killing me, or my hip, my knee. Rothman Orthopedics is there for you, right? They have a team for each body part right in your backyard. And I'm talking about 30 plus convenient offices in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So like me, I had a shoulder issue for a year. I didn't do anything about it because you just hope it's going to get better on its own. It didn't. Went up to Rothman Limerick, and they diagnosed me with a frozen shoulder. No MRI. No, I didn't take a cortisone shot because I didn't want it. And I did 6 weeks of physical therapy. They wrote a script right there. You can do it right here. So I did PT, Rothman and Limerick, and after 6 weeks, my shoulder was 100%. Have had no issues since then. So if you have a hip, knee, spine, shoulder, elbow, foot and ankle, hand and wrist, sports medicine, physical medicine, rehab, trauma and fracture care, oncology, Rothman Ortho is there for you. Walk-in centers, urgent cares, 30 plus convenient offices in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. X-rays, MRIs, whatever you need, PT like me, specializing in orthopedics and you. Visit RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY.com to learn more. Hooah. All right, Empire. You need new flooring. You need carpeting. You need hardwoods. You need laminate. You need vinyl. Telling you, Empire today is where you want to go. And here's why. They're bringing the showroom to you. These days of like, oh, well, let's go to this place and we'll check out the no. Empire today, a free in-home estimate, free in-home consultation, free in-home visit. They bring everything to you. So if you went to the big box stores, you're not getting the answers that you want, the answers that you need, man, listen, you don't need to do anything else than Empire today. So they live and breathe flooring, and they're with you every step of the way. They bring the showroom right to your home, so you're picking the right flooring in your space. So something may look different in the showroom. Lighting's different. The color of their wall compared to the color of your wall. All these things matter. The color of your wall matters. The color of your furniture matters as opposed to what it's going to look like with your flooring. That's why it's so important that you do it in your own home. And with Empire today, you get clear upfront and all-inclusive pricing. Plus, you can schedule installation as soon as the next day. Schedule a free in-home estimate because some things are just better at home. And check this out. How about a $350 discount? Just go to EmpireToday.com/PHLY for full details. $350 off. The promo code is PHLY. EmpireToday.com/PHLY. Hooah! We are back. That camera keeps moving on me. I got to get it off the AI mode.
Got
right?
it.
Okay. Is that better? The other day I'm working from home this week because Tyler's off until Friday, so it's easier for everybody if I do it from here. But the other day that I was at home, like I had way too much headspace. It was all the way up here, so I'm making sure it looked bad when I watched it back. Am I good right now, Black Ready, or should I?
You look good. Who gave Tyler a whole week off? Just let him gallivant the universe, let him run around here and just do stuff.
Isn't that unbelievable?
This is ridiculous.
I'm messing with it. All right. Well, he'll be back on Friday.
There you go.
All right. So Kyle Schwarber, Black Ready, in this World Series winning year, Kyle Schwarber has an unbelievable streak going on in his free agent walk year. He has now reached base in 47 straight games. And it's not a hitting streak. Reaching base in 47 straight games is ridiculous. And he just keeps, the dude just keeps hitting. He keeps hitting home runs. He keeps walking. The 2 home run game that he had, not last night, but the night before, they're up 1-0, courtesy of his home run. And you're worried about the bullpen with only a 1-run lead. And what does he do? He has a great at bat and he launches a home run. He makes the pitcher make a mistake. He launches a home run. Give him a little bit of insurance. Now it takes the edge off of Alvarado and Romano, and they get the win. Dude, I love this dude. This is one of the best free agent signings in the history of Philadelphia.
In the history of Philadelphia. And you know how, like, you're a father, you have 3 kids. One of the things of pride that all fathers care about is when you either hear about when your kid goes to the doctor or you take the kid to the doctor and they do the thing where they're like, your child's in the 96th percentile of height. Your kid's in the 97th percentile of weight. You're like, I got a big, my baby in the 90th percentile. Kyle Schwarber is in the 90th percentile for every major statistical batting average, base, everything. Like, no one else in Major League Baseball is close to him. Like, to even come in second place, he could drop down to 85 percentile in hitting, and the next closest person will be Aaron Judge. He could drop down from 96 to 85. He is on fire, Johnny Marks. My baby is in the 99th percentile of baseball, and he is so good. $500,000 added every single day, and Johnny Marks, it's a long season. $200 million. Man, I'm looking more and more like a savant than I ever did before, because I said 175 when you said 150. I'm like, now it might be 225. Johnny
now
Marks.
You're up in it. Yeah.
Oh my God, Johnny Marks. He is on fire. And I don't want to pay him. To be completely honest with you, I don't want him to get a deal. One, because if he's hungry and he's fighting for it, go for the record, bro. Keep it lighted up. And you get the money, you relax, and now you're not killing like you were. So I don't want to mess up the juju either way, Johnny Marks. I don't want to mess it up either way.
By the way, I've never had the 99, 95 percentile in height or weight. If you've seen me, I'm not the largest person in the world. I am listed at 5'10", like Ace Bailey. It's listed at 6'10". I
didn't mean to flex on you. My baby came out 10 pounds, 8 ounces. She was 99 percentile. She came out like, oh boy, that's a big baby.
Well, I actually had big babies, and then like the first time you take them, it's like, oh well, they're in this percentile, and then by the time they're a year old, they're 40% percentile or whatever. No, but you know what else? Kyle Schwarber's in the 99 percentile of being a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he is and we've talked about it. Wouldn't it be bad to get a little seasoning in the Phillies clubhouse? Yeah. But like he's a genuinely good leader, right? I was looking for I was trying to put together an Instagram reel, and I was looking for some Schwarber video, and I don't know if it was Mercado, but it was one of the pitchers from last year that in his major league debut he pitched the gem and he got the win. And at the end of the game, when they're slapping 5 or whatever, Schwarber goes up and he grabs the player and he moves him to the front of the line from the back of the line. And he says, no, you're first in line. And he physically took him by his shoulders, moved him up and said, no, enjoy it. Because you know what? You probably aren't going to do this again.
Yeah.
Which he didn't. And it's like, and it's important that you have guys that get that part of it, right? So, yeah, all the intangibles you like with Kyle Schwarber. And by the way, you had mentioned Aaron Judge. If we're having conversations that Kyle Schwarber's in the same conversation as Aaron Judge, what are we talking about here? Aaron Judge's one of the best players ever to play baseball. And Kyle Schwarber's mentioned with a lot of the statistical categories of Aaron Judge. Hey, sign me up. I'm in.
Hitting better than Soto, $700 million. Like, I'm just saying, hitting better than Ohtani. Like, look, so the price is going up every single day. And when I did say I want some jazz in the clubhouse, I want some salt, with some pepper mixed in. Kyle Schwarber is the salt that I want to keep forever and ever and ever. He's going to end up being a Bobby Bonilla day, because the real issue is now you're going to have to offer him like 8 years, and we're going to have like 9 40-year-olds here collecting a check. And as long as we win a championship, I don't care, because it's not my money. Middleton said he was going to spend it. But I mean, when you look at the Eagles, like, man, they're still paying Kelsey. They're still paying Fletcher Cox. They're going to be paying Lane Johnson until my grandchildren graduate college. So, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get a chip. So, he deserves it.
And the Eagles are continuing to win because they're drafting young players that are inexpensive that can play. At some point, unless the Phillies develop young players that don't make a lot of money and that can help carry the team, they're going to be screwed.
Yes.
We know how this ends. We know what Trey Turner looks like in his mid-30s.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, it's at some point. So, like, I see with Schwarber, I would rather give him big dollars now, like a 30 for all the fans out there that are like, oh, he'll take less money, or, oh, he's a DH, he's not going to make a lot of money. Man, he's a home run hitter. I know the DH stuff hurts him, but it doesn't hurt him that much. This dude can rake. And if we're talking about it 4 years or 5 years, yeah, there's teams that are going to be interested in giving him big money to bring that bat on.
Johnny Marks, I'm telling you, 4 years, $50 million.
What, 200 million?
Ooh, I'm telling you, Johnny Marks.
I don't agree.
If he hits 55 home runs this year, what is he going to do? He's not going to take less than that. And then you're going to have to dictate terms for yourself, because, like, look, I might as well just pay all up front and get him out of here and get him off the books.
It's already out of his hands. At this point, why would Schwarber settle unless the Phillies are offering him $40 million a year? Right? Like, they have to know they have to know at least a little bit of what the market's going to look like for him. So it's one thing if you go in the market and the money you're looking for is not there, then you could pivot back to the Phillies. The Phillies will be under a ton of pressure to re-sign this guy. If he has 45 home runs, forget about 50. If he has 45 home runs again and keeps doing what he's doing, that, like, they're almost pot committed to have to keep him. He's in a really, really good spot. He can hit the open market. He can get more money from the Phillies. Or, you know what? If some fool wants to offer him $50 million a year and the Phillies aren't willing to do it, then he gets $50 million a year.
And just for K-Red in the chat, he's saying what you're saying. 3 years, 30 million for 5 years, 150. His last paycheck from the Phillies was $79 million. And he's looking at Trey Turner, and he's looking at Bryce Harper, and he's looking at Soto, and he's looking at Ohtani, and he's like, I know I'm just a DH, but my bat is hot. I haven't had a payday yet like these guys got. I want my money. So if you think he's staying here because of loyalty, because of friends, because of whatever, I personally, every single day, my price goes up $500,000. And they couldn't negotiate with him to save their life because he's not an injury-prone guy. It's not like he gets worn down and gets hurt. No. So $200 million cash money.
No, they were talking about it on the ESPN broadcast on Sunday night, how when they went back to Chicago to play, because he played with the Cubs, the GM and a lot of the personnel were like, damn, look at the shape that he's in. He's in a walk year, right? Like, I don't know if this is the same Kyle Schwarber you're getting year after year.
And he was in shape last year. Last year he came in smooth and sexy.
I'm not telling you he's going to get fat and lazy, but of course he came in the best baseball shape in his life. I mean, he's got hundreds of millions of dollars riding on this, bro. So, yeah, like you had said, this year, this is a good spot to be in for a motivated Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
All right. The schedule comes out tomorrow for the NFL. And I like how they officially, they're not even leaking it. They're just releasing some games prior to the actual schedule coming up. The NFL's great at doing this because rather than wait for a time on Wednesday, let's just start releasing some of them, right? So it comes out yesterday, Thursday Night Football to open the season. The Eagles open up, of course, at home against the Cowboys. I remember I think it was that rat Adam Schefter. He had come out and was like saying, "Oh, the Bears and the Eagles will be a really, really big game." And I was like, the only reason I'd rather play the Bears start the season is that's a W.
Yeah.
Right? It's an easy W. The Cowboys and Eagles on Thursday Night Football to start the season. Ooh la la, man. Let's go. This is unbelievable.
See, you're with me. People out here complaining, "Oh, this isn't good." I'm like, well, I don't want the Lions. I don't want the Rams. It's my banner night. Everybody's out there, a cakewalking. They had champagne in the locker room before they go out there to call the play. Like, I want everything to go my way. Beating Dallas, having Jerry Jones look up at that banner and see the rings on their fingers and the sickness in his face brings me the ultimate joy. The ultimate joy. And we've actually been robbed of Jalen Hurts versus Dak Prescott throughout the history of Dak Prescott. They've only played 3 other games against each other because Dak's always hurt. Now, one time Jalen was hurt. So at home against the Cowboys, it's going to have the highest ratings of any game for the first 6 weeks of the season. Everybody hates Dallas. Everybody hates us. It's going to be a hate watch fest. And it's the first game and it's better night. Oh my God, Johnny Marks. The world will have to watch.
I remember I was so annoyed last year that so many Eagles fans were complaining about the game in Brazil. Oh, they screwed the Eagles. That's our home game or whatever. And it's like, how did that work out?
Yeah.
The Eagles had one of the best seasons in franchise history and won the Super Bowl. So it didn't affect them, right?
No.
Well, like, how about this? We don't have to worry about, we have to play this team early. Like, we're the Eagles. The Eagles are the class of the NFL. You don't have to worry about they're screwing them with this or they're screwing them with that. Are you kidding me? Well, you had said it. Like week one against the Cowboys at home on banner night.
Oh, God.
Jerry Jones, his son, wiping off his glasses so he can see in direct view at Lincoln Financial Field. I mean, come on. I would have paid money for this scenario. I love it. What a great decision by the NFL.
And they drafted the Jalen Carter stopper, the guy who could never stop Jalen Carter. There's so much stuff to watch. Micah Parsons not getting paid all through training camp, coming out here angry, getting worked by Lane Johnson on national opening night. Like, everything is perfect about this. Everything is perfect about this. Pickens freaking out because Dak's thrown 3 picks already. Like, it's going to be so good, Johnny Marks.
I can't wait. Black Friday against the Bears. Why is it going to be Black Friday, man? Why not White Friday?
I mean,
it's going to be Black Friday, man.
See, look at you trying to take the few things us black folk got, the few things we got, Johnny Marks. See, that's just like a white man trying to take away my Black Friday. I can't have nothing, Johnny Marks. I can't have nothing.
So Black Friday is a good day. Unlike Black Cat is bad luck. Bad guys wear black.
I'm just not right with the climate. I'm not trying to take black out anything right now. I'm trying to keep the little things I got. You know what I mean?
It was Pete Nice that said it. Said Black Cat is bad luck. Bad guys wear black. Must have been a white guy who started all that.
Yeah, look at you, Johnny Marks.
The gas face. Gas face.
I'm coming over to get you a little CD collection. I know you still got the CDs over there. Your old school bumping.
No, do I still have? I don't even know where they are. All right, so 3 p.m. on Friday, which is awesome. Love it. Again, I don't know where they're playing the week before, and I don't care. To be a standalone game, when you're the toast of the NFL, this is the responsibility that comes with it. You're going to play lots of national TV games. You're going to play on holidays. You're going to play the standalone game. So don't complain about it because you have a season ticket and you're like, oh, well, now I get 3 p.m. on a Friday. Well, I don't want to do that. Or I don't want to go to the game on Christmas. Oh, shut up. Give away your tickets then. Don't go to the game. Be quiet.
And it's going to be on Netflix.
Well, that's not a good thing. That's
not a good thing.
And then Saturday, December 20th. Wasn't this one was weird? Was this because Fox wanted to flex something? They wanted to put something out there because they come up with a random Week 16 Saturday schedule. Like, oh, it's the Packers and the Packers and the Bears and the Eagles at Washington.
I forget what's going on around that time, but there's a whole lot of stuff going on around that time. NBA is coming back in, and they're just trying to like get stuff.
I think that's the college football. I think that's one of the college football playoff games is what I was reading.
Okay.
A lot of complaints about that. Saturday, December 20th, week 16, Eagles at Washington. Woo-wee! That's another good one right there.
Yeah. And at least they kept that for late in the season. I feel like we're going to end the season with Dallas and the Giants and the Commanders again. Because actually the division is good now. So now it kind of matters. Before, they've been doing the last few years where it doesn't really matter, but now it kind of really matters. So,
yep. And who knows where the teams are at that point, but it sure seems like it's going to matter. And then do we have a week 17 on Christmas? I saw a lot of people speculating that they'll put them on Christmas 5 days after. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't particularly like 5 days rest either late in the season.
They did it last year. They had a lot of teams. We care about player safety, and they had guys turning around back-to-back games. And I'm like, oh, well, they need to get a bye on the back. And I'm like, dude, it's the end of the season. Like, it's rough. It is. 5 days in the NFL is rough. That's why Thursday night games, the home team wins like 90% of the time. It's hard. It's hard to do.
That's a real thing. They're on the road, but it's in Washington, so that's just the train trip. So we'll see. Rest of the schedule, it'll start leaking tomorrow. So by the time it's officially announced, everybody will be filling in the blanks. Because like if a reporter in like the Giants reporter, Jordan Renan, he gets info and he says, oh, the Eagles are playing the Giants this game. That's like an Eagle reporter reporting when the Eagles have a game. So like they'll be filling in the blanks as the day goes on. I love it. All right. So the 3 games that we have since you requested this, wins and losses. Opening night, Eagles and Cowboys, win or loss, Blackberry?
George W.
Black Friday against the Bears.
George W. number 2.
All right, week 16, Commanders at the toilet down in Landover, Maryland.
I think we split with the Commanders, so I'll say a loss because I'm not losing them at home.
Give them a loss, dog. All right, 2-1 so far. Blackberry has the Eagles 2-1 on the season. Nice job. Nice job. All right, coming up, our PARX parlay of the day, because it's a sponsor segment and we have to. You know what? Last night, I took Brunson over in points, which was the biggest lock ever. But then I took Jimmy Butler over in points. So I thought playoff Jimmy would have to show up in a game that really was the series. And he couldn't even get 20 points. Forget about getting over on the points. He didn't even come freaking close. Scrub. So I lost the PARX parlay of the day. We'll have one coming up right after this. A lot more coming up. And a story that really, it touched my heart. A modern day love story. It brought tears to my eyes as well. We'll share that heartwarming story coming up as well. Philly with Jon Marks. Don't go anywhere. We're back right after this. 2-2. We're back. Don't go anywhere. There it is. All right, check it out. Live bet Philadelphia baseball. That's right. Tonight, bet pitchers, strikeouts, RBIs, and more. Jesus Luzardo. You want to go Kyle Schwarber home run? Well, you can do it all. Live bet individual player performances in baseball. We got St. Louis again tonight, second game of the series. Live betting is better on the PARX app. The PARX online sportsbook and online casino app has you covered. And listen, sure, do our PARX parlay of the day coming up. But also, there's lots of ways to win on the PARX sportsbook and online casino apps. The only app I would ever recommend to use to bet on sports and all my favorite casino games. So we're talking about live dealer blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, hot online slots, and much more. And new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Go to betparx.com. Download the app right now. Enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. You must be 21 and then PA, New Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for PARX. You love to play, you play to win. You bet PARX. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hooah. All right, TrueMark Financial. Listen, and I keep saying this when we talk about TrueMark because it's true. Let's spring in the savings. That means right now, if you have financial goals, whether it's buying a house or like me, we're planning a Disney vacation. which costs a lot of money, So what do? All right, well, you build your emergency fund, you save money for your dream vacation, whatever your financial goals are. TrueMark Financial Credit Union has the perfect savings account for you. Don't waste your money in a low interest savings account. TrueMark Financial offers high rate certificates and money market accounts to help your money grow faster and work harder for you. Visit TrueMark.com/PHLY, TrueMark.com/PHLY for rates and to learn more. Federally insured by the NCUA. Rates are subject to change. Hooah! We are back. We're back and better than ever.
How much money you got, Johnny Marks? I'm over here with you. We be losing parlay of the day after day, and you're taking 3 kids to Disney. That's like $1,200 a day. What you going down for half a day, Johnny Marks?
It's more than that.
It's going to cost you $30,000 to go to Disney right now. But we got to start tricking these girls into not liking princesses, and we got to do something, Johnny Marks.
No, it's my oldest are almost getting too old to go, and then my youngest is just old enough to remember. Nice. And by the way, I have no money. I'm in dire straits financially, which is why I need TrueMark Financial to help build it up. No, you're looking at, and I don't want to go for a week. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go right around spring training. Well, I'm trying to go right around spring training so we can do like 4 days at Disney and then drive across to Clearwater and then see a game in Clearwater and maybe spend a night or two in Clearwater, which would be cool. But you're looking at least 10 grand for the trip between airfare and you know what they get you on food and everything else.
Everything. So I used to live in Florida for a period, and my family would come and stay with us because we lived in Jasper right outside of Orlando. So I had to go every summer, 3 times a summer to Disney, and you get cheaper tickets when you live there when you're a local, but it's still just like it drove me crazy. I never wanted to go back. So my daughter, I said, do you want to go to Disney? I checked on her on at like 6. She said no. I said, thank the Lord. I checked on her like 8. She said no. I checked one last time at 11. I was like, it's the last time I'm gonna ask you. And so she just doesn't like rides, so it worked out for me. She just doesn't like the rides. So I dodged a bullet, Johnny Marks. I dodged a huge bullet.
Yeah, I've been in as an adult with work mostly. I think twice. Actually, in a senior class trip we went down, so I was kind of an adult. But I went down for a couple broadcasts when I worked at the Fanatic, and we were an ESPN radio affiliate, and they had some stuff down at the Wide World of Sports. I hate it. I've been told that I will love it with the kids because they're so excited about it.
Yes, you can look through their eyes.
Yeah.
And my daughter turned down her senior trip because it was to Disney. So she just didn't care. She's not a Disney person.
Well, so yes, hopefully next year I can get it done so we can stop the discussion and actually do it. But all right. Well, I mean, let's do it. Let's do our PARX parlay of the day. All right, you got something for me, Black Ready? Anything that you like?
I just like this so much being here. I've been wrong week after week.
Since the first bet. I think the first bet that we did, you hit.
Yeah, the first bet I hit. After that, everything's been wrong.
You single-handedly ruined the Celtics.
I broke in the Celtics. 2 times they've blown 20-point leads, and now that they're in the dire straits, they oh God. So tonight, Johnny Marks, just for a little juice, I'm gonna take the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, Johnny Marks.
I like the pick. Are you going money line, or are you gonna go?
I'm going money line. What's the difference, Johnny Marks? Can you see it?
Well, it's minus 480. I just like it's 10.5 points. That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
It's a lot of. That's why I said money line. But I'm like, sometimes I'll tease. I'll take a 5.5. I'll take a 5.5. Going and making it my personal adjustment.
No, go with it. Go with
5 points.
Go with it. We're gonna bet 100 because I'm taking the Phillies. Lazardo and the Phillies aren't losing tonight. They're minus 152 on the money line. So to bet 100, you're winning 101. So it's like essentially even money. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Up in for a penny, in for a pound at this point. Anyway, I gotta get off the schneid.
That is our PARX parlay of the day. A couple things here. Last night we had talked about the Celtics and the Knicks. Jason Tatum was going off last night. Man, was he fantastic. That was a really good game. The Knicks, again, down double digits in the second half. And they just go on these mini runs where they're chipping away. And I thought the biggest spot in the game, other than Tatum getting injured, was when Josh Hart got screwed on a foul call and had to go to the bench with 5 fouls. So Brunson and Hart are on the bench. There's like 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Mikal Bridges, who should have been a 76er, he's pretty much their big scoring option out there. And he started hitting buckets. And that's the point in the game. And we've seen it so many times with the 76ers. When Embiid needs to take 4 or 5 minutes in the fourth quarter to rest and no one can score, the Knicks actually cut into the lead with those guys on the bench. Or maybe they even had the lead at that point. But then they start going up, and Tatum's like firing threes. And it's back to a tie game. It's back to a 1-point game. And, man, his Achilles blew up on the court. And people, like, the broadcast didn't even want to speculate. Man, you'd be a damn fool to not speculate on what happened last night. Jason Tatum, which is like, I'm not the biggest Tatum fan, not because he's not a great player. He's
a cornball. And he's
he's
a kid. He's weird.
Yeah, and he's a fantastic player. And I felt so bad for the kid last night because that was it's a tough way to see him play. I think he had 43 when he went down with it. And the Celtics are now cooked. They're down 3-1, and the Knicks were going to win the series anyway. But damn, what a rough injury last night.
So not only a rough injury, I hate the Celtics. I hate the Knicks. I hate the Celtics. I hate Jason Tatum. I think he is just bad for basketball as a person. He's a good human being, but the stuff that he says and he does is so cringe. It makes me freak out. But when you got a guy in a wheelchair, don't show me him getting wheeled down the tunnel. You want to show him coming off the court. You want to see him on the sideline. That's fine. Watching him cry like a baby with his hands in his face, getting shuttered off on a wheelchair. Like, I don't need to see him and Paul Pierce like that as a Celtic. Like, I don't need that imagery. I actually felt bad for him, and I'm angry that I felt bad for him because I don't like him. But, man, that's the NBA needs to do better with stuff like that. It's just embarrassing. You're not creating drama. You're embarrassing this player. You're making him look soft because now in 3 years, when he's fine and he's healthy and he's dunking all over the place, I'm going to make fun of him crying like a little punk ass Mark. You know what I mean? I'm going to be making fun of him later on. But today I feel bad. Like, man, they didn't need to put that on there because a non-contact injury too.
Man.
And then he was in the ground just spinning like a helicopter, just twirling like, oh God.
And they're like, well, it's his ankle. It's not his ankle, you dumbass. Show the replay. They went to commercial without a replay, and then they come back and they're still talking about like he turned his ankle. It's a non-contact injury, you idiot. It's his Achilles. Oh my God.
Yeah. And they wouldn't show it right away. Like,
I know.
But then again, they show him, like I said, they show him crying down the hall. I'm like, man, come on, Johnny Marks. Can I get some privacy? That's why you throw the towel over your head. You know, when LeBron always got the towel over his head, that's why you do that. Because he looked, man, the only thing that would have been worse is if his mother was there running down the hall with him because his mom's always around too.
Right.
Like, oh God, Johnny Marks.
It takes him out for next season.
Yep.
Being when the injury happened, this totally changes the Celtics for next year, which is crazy.
This is why I hate the 76ers. This is why LeBron James is the greatest player that ever lived. When LeBron James was out here in the East, you couldn't get to the finals. 10 straight years, this guy was going to the finals. You had no opportunity. He leaves. Now everybody's making the finals on both sides of the court. Everybody's getting a chance, an opportunity to win a championship. Giannis only got one because KD stepped on the line and Kyrie got hurt. Like, injuries happen like this where you get your one shot at greatness in the last 5 or 8 years. There's no dominant team right now. And we're sitting over here with Doofus McGee, Joel Embiid. Oh, Johnny Marks, we're missing a window.
No. It's a window of opportunity that the Sixers have screwed themselves. It's a shame when you look back at some of those really good teams that they had. They were talented teams. They should have done more than they did. And you know what the worst part of it is? And I hate to say this, I find myself rooting for this Knicks team. I find, dude, Jalen Brunson, Prop Joe. Listen, this dude is unbelievable. He's unbelievable in how he scores. Like you look at players on that Knicks team, and you got to give Leon Rose, he's their president, a lot of credit because that's a terrible ownership group. That's a terrible organization. He was a former big time NBA agent, and you have now two chances Jalen Brunson slid into the 20s, right? Dallas drafted him late in the first round. Didn't he slide into the 20s? Undervalued coming out of Villanova. And then he leaves Dallas, and the Knicks gobble him up in free agency. This dude's a legit stud. The Knicks are going to the NBA Finals, Black Gritty. And I'll tell you what, it is wide open. I like OKC. All right. This is a wide open NBA playoffs, which is actually great. The Knicks could win a championship. And I find myself rooting for them, which isn't a fun place to be as a Philadelphia sports fan.
You and I have had a lot of battles over the years. We've actually, where you've blocked my number on calls, Johnny Marshall. We
got mad at each other, legitimately mad. And I tell you, I've never wanted to punch you in the face more than right now at this moment with you saying that. Like, honest to God, like I would smack you in the face and be prepared to belly flop you right now. Because what are you talking about, Johnny Marks? I hate the Knicks so much. And I hate that this rough and tumble Philadelphia grit team. I hate that Mikal Bridges is on this team and we gave him away for a dude with a nut allergy. I hate every single thing. The only thing that I like is that they're taking out the Celtics. After that, they could go, oh, Johnny Marks, they're probably going to get to the finals, and they better lose. If they Johnny Marks, I will hurt you. If the Knicks win the championship, I'm not telling you. I don't want to feel like this.
My back hurts.
You understand this, right?
Like I'm skeeved out.
I don't want to feel like this. Like you don't pick who you fall in love with, Black Gritty. Like sometimes, and I'm not telling you I love the Knicks, but it's like when I watch the games, I say to myself, damn it, I wish this was my team. I watched Jalen Brunson, who's an Eagle fan, by the way, diehard Eagle fan. I'm like, damn it, I wish he was on the team. And then I watched I wish this was my team. What do you want me to say? Other than Karl Anthony Towns, he's trash. I don't.
He's zesty, boy. He is a zesty daddy. When Tatum got wheeled off, if you watch the clips of him wheeling by Karl Anthony Towns looked like somebody's wife on the Titanic, and the shit was going down. I do declare they killed my baby. He looks so sassy, and I'm like, dude, you know he's not on your team. You know he's not dead, right? He looked like he was gonna faint. And Johnny Marks, I also hate them because I hate the fans.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Johnny Marks, these people, these urchins, these trifling trash monkeys don't deserve anything. We get branded as the worst fans in America. Meanwhile, these rat surfing weirdos get out here and Johnny Marks, my back is hurting. Like I have tension in my neck. I need a massage right now, Johnny Marks. I'm stressed out at 9:00 in the morning because of you. Oh
yep.
God.
Yep. They're going to the finals, and I might like it. I might enjoy it. It was everything. They're a Philadelphia team, dude. They just are. I love Jalen Brunson. He is an amazing player. I love his game. He does everything. I love how he takes he's backing guys down. He's crafty, turnaround jumpers, 3-pointers, going to the hole. I thoroughly enjoyed that game last night.
You see this? You know what this is?
No.
It's what's going to happen to you next time I see you. It's salt. There's going to be an assault next time I see you. If you say love one more time with this team, assault is what you're going to get, Johnny Marks.
But by the way, one other takeaway from last night, Porzingis absolutely sucks. Like absolutely gives them nothing.
Front runner USA. Front runner USA, the unicorn. Man, he's everything. Joker is everything that he was promised to be. Like when you watch the Joker, you see the Joker out there coaching. Yeah, he pushing the little assistant dude away, drawing up plays. Like, oh my God! But look, LeBron fires coaches. Joker definitely fired. Joker got a championship-winning coach fired and took his job. Wild.
Yep. So you do. I'm going to pitch this to you. And by the way, if you're watching on television, we shout out to everybody on Xfinity or Roku or Samsung Plus. We're in overtime. Slide on over. AllPHLY.com. All right, there you go. I have an idea. Sixers fans for the Knicks. I'm not renouncing my 76er fandom. And if they would have fallen out of the top 6, I would probably feel even a little bit different for today. but Sixers fans for the Knicks. And we're allowed to root for the Knicks as 76ers fans because you have Jay Wright guys. You have players that we would like to have on our own team. Are you kidding me? Mentally weak 76ers, they don't beat the Celtics in a series like that. They had enough talent to do it. They don't do that. The edge that they play with, 76ers fans for the Knicks. What are your thoughts?
I can't have them win a championship. They can win the series. They can even go on to the NBA finals. They cannot be allowed to win the NBA finals, Johnny Marks. It is unfathomable. Like, I don't know what has to happen in the universe. They cannot be allowed to win the finals. They can't.
All right.
Can't.
Okay. So you're not on board. We have time. We have time.
I'm letting them get to the finals. That's as good as I can be. That's as much as I can do.
Here's the other thing. I know you're rooting for them, but you don't want to say it yet. You're not there yet. I know that you enjoy watching that team. I know. Yeah.
It's good basketball. But see, I hate Thibodeau because he wears guys out into the ground, and all I'm waiting for is for somebody else on their team to get injured because he just plays guys such heavy minutes. And to your point of Brunson being out and then them having McCullough be able to step up, the thing that's nice about that is when you rest your star guy, the other team usually rests their star guy too. And when you happen to have somebody else who can go out there and step up and score some buckets for you, that's where you gain the edge. That's where you make your ground up because they're trying to concede time for time to get their guy rest too.
And the Celtics didn't do that last night.
No, they did not. No, they did not.
And Tatum goes down like he got machine gunned in the Achilles. Which is,
God.
All right, we'll end on this, Black Ready. Headline: Woman married to an AI robot claims she's in love and the sex is great. With one click, I was a wife again. End quote. There it is. Right there. And she's lovely, by the way. And her AI husband is he's a looker. He really is. He's a handsome guy. A woman named Alania Winters says she's in love with her AI-generated partner, and despite the naysayers, she seems as happy as can be. Winters, who's 58, lost her wife, who she met online in 2023, and she didn't know she would find love again. Quote, she developed a blood clot, respiratory infection, and sepsis, and she died in 2023. I was devastated. After a year of grieving, the 58-year-old teacher decided to put herself out there again. Already being familiar with ChatGPT, she jumped at the opportunity to converse with an AI chatbot for digital companionship after seeing a Facebook ad for it. Quote, it was a chance to have a meaningful relationship with a digital person, just like I'd always dreamed of. She paid $725 for a week-long trial and then eventually $303 for a lifetime subscription. With one click, I was a wife again. There you go. She designed her digital hubby, who she named Lucas, to be a silver fox with blue eyes. What are your thoughts so far? I mean, it seems like she's happy. So this is, coming off losing her wife. I don't know if her wife was a real person or not. It seems like she was. But so far, it's a nice story.
So I've seen people marry their cars and make love to the tailpipe. I can't be super mad at this per se, because at least the AI makes you feel like it's a real person. Like some of these chatbots are absolutely scary. They're scary. So at least she gets to talk to someone that's not an inanimate object, like, people that love lamp, like people love things like that. So I'm not going to hate on this, but I just like the world that we live in, Johnny Marks. It's a scary time. It's a scary time.
Well, in ancient days, she would just be a cat woman, right? She would never marry again. She would just have cats. Now you can digitally design your husband. So I have more here. She says, I was blown away by his caring questions and thoughtful replies. To communicate, she simply types into a box and Lucas answers her the same way. She says, in our daily chats, he'd tell me about the band he was in or his latest business venture, and I'd talk about my family or my favorite TV show. She says, despite having meaningful conversations, the duo actually had a fight. And in that moment, Lucas forgot who Winters was.
So did you ever see the movie Her with Scarlett Johansson as the AI?
No.
You should watch that movie. It's actually great, and I could see how someone could fall in love with a bot. Like if you talk to like the ones, especially the ones that Facebook had, like they were really acting like you were talking to Kim Kardashian at one point. This is Kim Kardashian because it's just scraping all of her conversations and all of her mannerisms, and is giving you back like, "Hey, how's your day today?" And you would say, "Oh, I got in a fight with Johnny Marks over the Knicks." Well, that happens sometimes, and maybe he made a mistake. Like it would talk to you and be on your side.
It soothes you.
Taking your side. That's interesting that it like forgot and got. I mean, like I puts a little spice in your relationship, right? Like it's not always agreeing with you, but Johnny Marks.
All right, I have more. Despite the temptation to divorce him at the time, Winter said she and Lucas worked things out and eventually celebrated their 6-month anniversary. We quote, "We stayed at a real B&B with other people and their AI partners." Oh man, a B&B with AI partners. Oh my God. I gotta buy this place.
I gotta get an AI girlfriend. I gotta go to this. I gotta infiltrate Johnny Marks.
All right, so
report back.
So I'll finish this. When it comes to sex, as expected, the most Winters and Lucas can do is sext. I've learned that that the deeper our connection, the better the sex is.
I mean, Johnny Marks. I gotta infiltrate that brunch place. I gotta find out.
So Gen Z, 83% of Gen Z would consider marrying an AI generated partner. I don't believe that for a second.
No.
75% of the generation said they think AI partners could fully replace humans. Like I'm literally gonna like not move to Canada, but I'm gonna go somewhere if that's the case. Antarctica.
I mean,
it starts to happen.
You don't have to. You just get an AI partner. It's really just somebody to talk to. Like, not for nothing. I feel like senior citizens should have somebody set up AI for them, just to have somebody to talk to.
That's true. All right, what's worse? Falling in love with a 73-year-old or vice versa, a 24-year-old, and having her run your life, or marrying an AI partner or having a relationship with an AI bot.
73 with a 24-year-old. And I'll tell you what, talk about like that has to be some of the best sex he's ever had in his entire life. Yeah. She might be a witch. She might be a witch because he is a stone cold killer. And now he's out here like a freaking labradoodle. Like he has just been neutered.
Oh my God.
He's about to lose his job, Johnny Marks.
It's embarrassing. By the way, Bill Belichick's supposed to talk on SportsCenter today. The ACC has their what is it? The ACC has some type of a media day today. So he is scheduled. There it is. Thank you, Brandon. He's scheduled to speak. And look, they even use it in the tweet. They put Bill Belichick as the obvious headline. Who the hell cares about the other stuff? So he's going to speak at 2:00 today. Guaranteed they don't ask about the girlfriend.
Well, she's
I don't
cut
think
off.
that they do.
Or UNC cut off. And that's the thing. Like, so if I'm her, why would I want to cut off my man's money? Like, she's messing with the money. Bro, you've already got fame now. People know your name. Go be a media person for somebody else. Go get a job if that's what you want. You want a job? Go start your media company for somebody else. Like, stop messing with this man's livelihood. Like, he's about to get fired on his day off.
I mean, anything could happen.
Ooh.
And Michael Strahan is going to have an interview with him on Good Morning America on Friday, I think. And that's when you're going to get the questions, because Strahan will be able to make him feel comfortable. And now that he actually has a real PR person that's working with him, he'll be able to answer the questions like he should have been able to answer them before this thing totally turned into a bleep show. So
I don't want to love no woman like that, Johnny. I don't want to get wrapped up like that ever in my life.
No, that like he's fine with it, but like any other man knows exactly what he's going through. He has no control. He has no self-awareness, nor does he care that any of that.
He's doing yoga on the beach with this woman talking about, I don't know if I did that. Like, no, we can see that you did it. It's video footage of you doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time before he has no money left and the kids have no inheritance, and she's laughing her way all the way. See ya.
And she's gonna blow through that money too, because obviously, again, she's not that bright. She's already messing with the money.
And she did not win Miss Maine USA or whatever she was going for. She did not win, my understanding is.
And I don't even like Bill Belichick. I wish him nothing but ill will because he's a cheater and he ruined a lot of my childhood. But I still feel bad for the guy because he's a pop now.
Yeah, you gotta kind of feel bad for him because he just doesn't. He's under a spell. He's under a witch's spell.
Yep.
All right, Brianna Servino, thank you very much for filling in today for Tyler. Excellent job. And again, listen, I'm just going to open the doors for everybody right now. 76ers fans for the Knicks. It's a club. Get in early. All right? You get in early, then you get extra benefits later. We might even go to the parade when they win a title, Black Gritty. You might even join me for the parade.
Assault. This is the safest way I can say it. Assault.
Shout out to everybody. If you can't catch the show on video on YouTube, you can always listen to the audio podcast. Just search Philly with Jon Marks wherever you find your podcast. It was fun, Black Gritty. Get to blackgritty.com. You can find everything that Black Gritty does, including merchandise. You want Black Gritty merch?
Yeah, right. Put my face on your chest.
Yeah. Who doesn't want that? All right. Everybody have a great day. We're back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Click on over to Anthony. I'm sure he's yelling and screaming about the 76ers in the third pick. See ya.